This is a story about why you shouldn't buy illegal gold.
It starts in Puerto Maldonado, Peru. As engineering students of UTEC and Harvard, we spent weeks researching the many consequences of illegal gold mining.
We tested soil health at past mining sites, quantified water contaminations, learned from experts in the field, and visited small-scale gold mines.
Over this time, we learned that it's not enough to prototype solution to a symptom of illegal mining.
Instead, you have to target the source of these entrenched problems. Let's start with the gold demand. A ring is bought in the USA or Peru without certification that it is a clean gold. This demand for gold makes illegal mining more profitable. Miners pour into the Madre de Dios region, forming unregistered makeshift mining settlements. To access the gold particles burdened river settlement, these miners deforest vast regions. After killing an area's flora, miners generally use pressurized water to erode riverbeds and gold-rich areas. Miners then haul sediment and rocks from the newly formed open pits, filtering them to accumulate smaller particles. Mercury is added to tubs of smaller sediment to amalgamate with the gold. These gold-mercury amalgams are then burned in gold shops, releasing mercury vapor into the air. After this burning, pure gold remains. Pure, illegal gold, that is. There are three central consequences of this process. One is massive deforestation, another is mercury contamination, and the last is human trafficking.
One analysis of satellite photos shows devastating deforestation. Mining has destroyed over 50,000 hectares of rainforest in the Madre de Dios region. This is equivalent to one-third the size of Peru. Rate of forest destruction has increased dramatically over the years. Since 2008 and the global financial crisis, deforestation due to gold mining has tripled. At the current rate, forests the size of Manhattan are cut down. Besides environmental impact, increased illegal gold mining threatens the lives of indigenous communities in the Amazon. A study found that 70,000 indigenous natives are at risk of losing their home due to deforestation. Moreover, deforestation has a drastic impact on Amazon's biodiversity as 1 hectare of forest possesses more than 300 species of trees. At the same time, erosion due to mining also reduces fertility of the soil. Another serious impact of illegal gold mining is mercury contaminations of the environment. Inhaling a high level of mercury can cause tremors, muscular atrophy, damages to the nervous system, and headaches, among other problems. If a high level of mercury is consumed, we can experience loss of peripheral visions, lack of movement coordination, and impaired speech and hearing. In areas of Puerto Maldonado of high illegal gold mining, women of childbearing age have mercury that is twice the level of the World Health Organization's limit, according to a study in which hair samples of the residents were analyzed. So how does illegal gold mining lead to high release of mercury? For one, many gold shops burn mercury and gold amalgam for gold separations, which releases mercury vapor into the atmosphere. According to a study, the concentration of mercury vapor in gold shops in Puerto Maldonado is 450 milligrams per meters cube, which is 22 times more than the World Health Organization's limit. Another large source of mercury contamination is through contaminations of the rivers. In Madre de Dios, 30 to 40 tons of mercury are dumped into the rivers annually from illegal gold mining. The fish in the Amazon River then take up the mercury in the contaminated water. In fact, 9 out of 15 fish in the Madre de Dios regions are contaminated with high level of methylmercury.
Temporary mining settlements are notorious for human trafficking. According to one observation, victims are attracted with labor and promised paradise. But because these mining camps are illegal, the government cannot guarantee workers' rights or human rights of immigrants. Many are forced to labor. Many women living in the towns are trapped into prostitution. According to Reuters, over 2,000 underage girls are employed. 60% of them are children. In La Pampa, a town near illegal mining activity, there are 15 such informal mining camps. Including all these camps, there are 20,000 prostitutes. A study estimated 30% have HIV, while almost all have some type of STD. Governments have attempted to shut down these makeshift mining camps with police raids and destruction of brothels, but miners move as they deplete an area's gold, setting up new settlements where human trafficking continues.
One test that was proposed was to use atomic absorption spectroscopy in fish in order to measure mercury levels. It required a lab, so it didn't work in rural areas. The first intervention was made by Argon Labs in Brazil. It was a low-cost machine that used baffles to condense mercury vapor. Also, Carlos Villachica, a Peruvian engineer, created a system for mercury with high efficacy. None of these were implemented due to lack of technical knowledge. The second intervention method is the shaking table, a gravimetric separation method that doesn't require any mercury to obtain gold. It is by far the most effective one, but is the more expensive also.
Many organizations fight deforestation in Madre de Dios. At the moment, la Asociación para la Conservación de la Cuenca Amazónica, the Amazon Conservation Association, the World Wildlife Fund, and the Centro de Innovación Científico Amazónico have reforestation missions. According to one study, poor soil fertility, slow species growth, and traces of mercury in plant tissues indicate that remediation and restoration in areas degraded by gold mining can be very challenging. This study also estimates that it will cost anywhere from $1,000 to up to $4,000 to get each hectare of deforested area back to acceptable health. These problems of massive deforestation, human trafficking, and mercury contamination don't happen in a vacuum. In fact, they're global. America's gold demand alone is worth about $89 billion, or half the total global demand for gold. That means that on average, each American spends $280 on gold. If you spend this money on a ring of illegal gold, you're condoning the growth of human trafficking in Madre de Dios and regions across Peru and the world. Your one illegal gold ring will have caused deforestation of 500 Amazonian trees, and your purchase will spur the use of tons of mercury, which are dumped in local rivers and released as mercury gas in gold shops of Puerto Maldonado. Villagers inhale this gas and eat these fish, suffering at times from tremors, neural degeneration, sensory loss, and cognitive decline due to mercury poisoning.
Illegal mining is a big issue nowadays. That is why more and more institutions are participating in order to certificate and face burden of illegal gold. One of them, our responsible yearly council, Better Gold Initiative, Fair Mined, which has ensured work rights for 5,000 members, has worked with around 128 old shops and supervised more than 10 artisanal mines. Fairtrade, World Gold Council, which is helping to 19 big companies, and Artisanal Council, which has been supervising Peruvian mines for more than 5 years. Furthermore, gold industry is regulated by many public institutions. Some of them are the OEFA, the National Assembly of Regional Governments, Ministry of Environment, Interior, Energy and Mines, which helped to develop the last Legislative Decree 1336, and SUNAT.
Although these regulating institutions do exist, a lot of these clean gold regulations haven't really taken off. This occurs for various reasons. One is that most certified gold shops don't provide evidence of membership in these clean gold organizations. Another is that many shops have not gone to the trouble to get their certification. The last thing is that many shops simply use illegal gold. So what's the solution? Well, before putting a ring on it, require your gold shop to have a clean gold certification from one of these organizations. You can also donate to clean gold organizations. Lastly, we'd love if you could share this message using either the hashtag #CleanGold or hashtag #GreenMining tag.